Today I'm going to make a Napoleon Caprese salad. I don't know if you can even call it a salad. Nonetheless, the ingredients are a portobello mushroom, an avocado, a tomato, some basil pesto, olive oil, balsamic glaze, and then if you have Italian dressing, then you want to marinate the portobello in Italian dressing. I didn't have any Italian dressing. I had some balsamic vinegar, some oil, some olive oil, and then I put oregano, basil, whatever dry herbs I had, and this has been soaking up that goodness for a couple of days. So I'm going to add some olive oil to this pan, and then I'm going to slowly cook the portobello while I cut up the avocado and the tomato. And as you can see, the tomato is sweating a little bit because it's been in the fridge. I don't like to keep tomatoes on my counter just because sometimes I have a bit of an ant problem, and that sucks because I like room temperature tomatoes. So hopefully by the time everything is done, the tomato will be room temperature, and I also like my basil pesto to be room temperature. So without further ado, we will get started. Okay, so the oil has gotten hot. I'm going to probably put it on like a 3, and you can hear it doing its good thing. And then I like to put one of these screen covers on just to make my cleanup a little less cleanup. And then while this is cooking slowly, because portobello is pretty thick, takes a while to get through, I'll cut up all of our ingredients. And I actually need to cut up some broccoli. And I was going to tell you what I like to rinse out the bag that I marinated the portobellos in, and then use that as a garbage bag for my produce remnants. I really don't know how long I cooked this for, but I just kind of keep an eye on it, and I like to flip it as often as I can. It's a little more difficult to do one-handed, just to keep the cooking even on both sides. Okay, so the portobello is done cooking, and I kind of gauge it by whether or not I can stick a fork through it easily, and I can. And that hot oil is not my friend today. I don't really specify which side I put it up on, but obviously I did the underside. And then as you can see, I have everything cut up to go on top of it. And really 1 tomato and 1 avocado works out great if you have 2 portobellos, but I am eating alone tonight, so I'll just have extra tomato and extra avocado. And then I try to find a piece of avocado that has that hole in it, and then I will put the basil pesto on top of that, and then I will sprinkle the balsamic glaze and a little bit more olive oil on top of that. And these bowls are actually from the Hotel President, which is a hotel in Kansas City, Missouri. My grandfather worked there, so every time I eat out of this bowl, I kind of think I'm eating with my grandfather. Okay, so there's the basil pesto. I have a basil pesto recipe on YouTube, so I'll include a link to that video in the About section below. And now time for the olive oil and the balsamic glaze. I forgot to mention that if you want, you could certainly sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper on there. I do not think I will need any, so I'm not going to do that. Whoa, too much olive oil. And that's what happens when you're trying to record and do a video at the same time. And balsamic glaze is pretty thick, so it's a little bit harder to sprinkle. And I bet you're enjoying the footage right now of me shaking and holding the camera at the same time. So that is it, and then I cut it up and eat it, and it's kind of a fun little presentation if you're having dinner guests or something like that. And see, I'll just put my avocado in there to eat, and my tomato. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll do my best to include the recipe in the About section below. And this was actually inspired by a Napoleon appetizer that used to be, and it might still be, at a restaurant called Portobello in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That restaurant moved to a, a casino, and I don't know if they offer it anymore, and I can't remember the name of that casino now, or the name of the restaurant in the casino. Nonetheless, they did portobello, tomato, mozzarella, basil pesto, and they did 2 layers of everything. I mean, if I tried that, it would fall over on the side right now. But that's where this inspiration came from. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It helps our channel grow, and hopefully it helps us bring you more videos like this. We'll see you next time.